Trump to meet Qatar's PM Friday in aftermath of Israeli strike in Doha. President Trump is expected to meet on Friday evening in New York with Qatar's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman al-Thani and discuss the aftermath of the Israeli strike against Hamas leaders in Doha earlier this week. Two sources, by the way, with direct knowledge say that. Two sources said why it matters. Why it matters, and the meeting with the Qatari Prime Minister is another way for Trump to signal his support for Qatar and opposition to the Israeli strike. For al-Thani, by the way, for al-Thani, the meeting with Trump and other senior US officials is part, by the way, of a diplomatic push by Qatar to increase international pressure on Israel to end the war in Gaza. And driving the news. The Qatari Prime Minister will arrive in Washington, D.C. on Friday morning today and meet Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the White House, and the State Department says that. Two sources, by the way, with knowledge said al-Thani planned. Al-Thani planned, by the way, to also meet with Vice President JD Vance. JD Vance, the Vice President, office didn't respond to a request for comment. And on Friday evening, by the way, the Qatari Prime Minister is expected to travel to New York for a meeting with Trump and White House envoy Steve Witkoff. And the sources said again, the White House, by the way, didn't immediately respond to Axios' request for comment. And between the lines, one of the issues, by the way, al-Thani is going to discuss in his talks in Washington is a US-Qatar security agreement. Sources say that again on Tuesday, after the Israeli strike, Trump instructed, by the way, Rubio to accelerate the discussions on such an agreement. And the Qataris, by the way, wanted to try and use the Iranian strike on the US base in Qatar and the Israeli strike on Hamas leaders in Doha as a way to get a more official security guarantee from the Trump administration and what they are saying. And at the Qataris, by the way, request, the UN Security Council convened, by the way, on Thursday to discuss the Israeli strike. And al-Thani, by the way, condemned the Israeli military's actions, but stressed that Qatar will continue to play humanitarian and diplomatic role around the war in Gaza. And Qatar, by the way, has been the key mediator on the Gaza hostage and ceasefire deals since the 7th of October attacks. And hopefully the Israeli, by the way, strike in Qatar won't affect the Gaza and negotiations. We want the hostages out, and we want them out soon. And Trump, by the way, told the reporters on Thursday that thank you so much. Have a nice time and great day. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.